boys and girls. Now we are going to move on to science. Science is found behind your orange tab, and you're looking for this paper that says growing a pumpkin. Pause here while you look for it. Okay, now that you have found it, we are going to complete this paper. You all should have all read Gail Gibbons' The Pumpkin Book yesterday, or 3 days ago, depending which group is working on this right now. First thing I do is always the same. I pick up my pencil and write my name. Okay, now that you've written your name, you are going to color your pumpkins at the bottom before we do any cutting. So I've gotten out the colors that I think I need for this activity. Oh, my other one got away. So I'm going to make sure I color these pictures completely and using real colors. So I'm going to go through and use my green on everything that I need to use green on. Now underneath of the pumpkins, you could color them brown or green. These are still attached to the vine, so the vine would still be green. Just going to color it. If you want to just color this line below it to show the ground is green. You're going to be careful because the flowers on a pumpkin plant are a yellowish, orangish color. So I actually got out yellow orange. You can just use yellow. But I'm going to go through and I'm going to color all of my vines. And I'm going to be careful because this down here, I think it used to be a flower, but now it's one of those little green pumpkins we saw in the books we've read so far. So I'm going to color the vine as neatly as I can. And move on to this one, coloring the vines, the leaves. Coloring the ground. Then I'm going to go back. I'm going to make sure I use the right crayon. So if I'm using orange, I'm only coloring my bigger pumpkins orange. I'm going to try to pinch it just like I pinch a pencil. Uh-oh. Even adults make mistakes, so if you get out of the lines a little bit, it's okay. We'll just try to do a little bit more careful the next time. So if you want to kind of go around the outside. Oh, it's on a crack here. We'll get that pumpkin all colored. If you want to show the ribs, and once you've colored it kind of light, you could kind of trace these up and make it look more like a more realistic pumpkin. You can also do that on this one. So I just pushed a little harder to do that. And then lastly, I'm going to use this, ooh, it's supposed to be yellow-orange. So I'm going to use it real lightly. You can also use regular yellow to color that. I think I'm also going to think about what a real pumpkin would look like out in the field. And if I get outside of these lines, it's okay because I'm going to cut this off. And under my ground in my garden, it's usually dirt. There's usually, hopefully you've picked all the weeds out and there's no weeds in your garden. And there's just that brown, healthy dirt. And I can, if I do it really lightly, I can even go over top of. But I want you to do your very best coloring and take your time. So when you get to that step, now that you have written your name, you have colored, you are ready now to cut. So in my supply box, I have scissors. I'm going to use my big scissors, but you have small scissors. You're going to hold the paper away from you. You are going to cut all the way across on this dotted line. Okay, set that down so you can see it. I'm going to finish cutting. I always hold my paper in front of me and I cut away. So if I turn it this way, I'm still going to hold it in front of me. I'm going to go across. I'm going to make sure my fingers are far back because I do not want, oops, any injuries. I'm going to finish it cutting this way. Oh, trying to make sure I'm keeping it in the frame for you. And now we'll just cut it apart. Of course, you're going to have your glue. So we're going to read it and we're going to put them in the right spot. So the first one says, a vine grows. Okay, so we're going to put, ooh, a vine grows. And I just realized that this pumpkin should still have some green on it. It may be starting to turn orange, but it does need to have that. Next, a flower grows. Or flowers grow, sorry. Then, the little green pumpkin. I thought that was the little green pumpkin. I was confused. Even adults get confused sometimes. And then, it is big and orange. Now, there's a little bonus question down here. What might happen to a pumpkin after it is big and orange? Think about that. What could you do with a big orange pumpkin? Would you just leave it on the vine? Probably not. Think about that and let us know.